So, I have really never done a video like this, ever. I've been seeing it a lot around YouTube, and it's sort of an idea I've had for a long time. This is basically my first ever review on a video game, ever. I mean, I've played games, but I've never really reviewed games, and I've always wanted to, I've been trying to work on skits, because, I don't know, it's kind of cool. I like filming, and I like doing that type of stuff, so, I might as well, I don't know, I'll see how this does, and yeah. Furthermore, let's get started. So, the first game I should probably review is the first one that I ever got as a child, and that would be Mario Kart Wii.
I am not joking. We are doing Mario Kart Wii for the first video. Throughout the franchise, Mario Kart Wii has been my favorite Mario game or racing game of all time. Either it was a clutch race, or from starting at dead last to first place. This game has been in the hearts of fans of Mario Kart and mine for a very long time. And I can honestly still remember my first race and how bad I did using a steering wheel. But anyways, time to figure out why this game was so great and why fans enjoyed it so much, like me. First off, you got your normal things: Grand Prix, time trials, versus, and battle. Next, you got the difficulty: 50cc, 100cc, and 150cc. But I've never noticed this, but you can only do karts only on 50cc and bikes only on 100cc. I don't get why they did this necessarily, but alright. Next, you got the character selection screen. Baby Mario, Toad, Mario, Yoshi, Wario, Waluigi?
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
Other than that, you got King Boo, Bowser, Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, Peach, Koopa Troopa, and Baby Peach. Lastly, you got the maps: Mushroom Cup, Flower Cup, Star Cup, Shell Cup, and Banana Cup. Now, let's get started. It took some getting used to with the Wii Remote and the nunchuck, but I finally managed to get a grasp on the situation. The Luigi Circuit is, well, a plain and simple map. Nothing really to it, except, well, for that ramp and maybe some speed bumps, but that's really it. With a short description, let's move on to the next race. Moo Moo Meadows is a very classic map in the Mario Kart series. Has some nice speed bumps and also, well, annoyances from time to time by cows. All in all, Moo Moo Meadows is a pretty nice map if you just want to relax on and have fun. Mushroom Gorge is, well, can I say a bouncy map? Pun intended. Maybe it wasn't a pun. Whatever. Has plenty of mushrooms and, it's bouncy. There's 2 shortcuts, and again, lots of mushrooms. Now, on to the next race. Toad's Factory is a very fast-paced map. There are crushy thingies, sliding platforms, and conveyor belts. Also, a very annoying mudslide where, if you're lucky, you can make it out of there alive. Now that concludes the Mushroom Cup. It then shows us an animation of us rolling up to Peach's castle, in which it shows the top 3 racers and pans up to the Mushroom Cup. Now, I could just talk about the races in general and how they are, but I'm titling this Mario Kart Review, not Mario Kart Races Review, so we're also going to look at all the items. Mushrooms can speed you up. You can knock people out with green shells. Red shells target people and knock them out. Banana peels when on the ground can make people slip. The golden mushroom can be spammed repeatedly until it runs out. The mega mushroom lets you be big for a short period of time, and you can knock people out of the way. The thundercloud can be passed around until, after a short time, will electrocute the holder. The bullet bill will let you smash through opponents and get you ahead of the race. The lightning bolt will electrocute all enemies besides you. The POW block can stun racers, but also give you a speed boost. The bomb can blow up racers. Blooper can blind racers with his ink. The fake item box is, well, a fake item box. The item box gives you you guessed it, items to use in the game. The star makes you invincible to pretty much everything. The blue shell tracks down the racer in first place and blows him up. Now, let's get back to the other races. Peach Beach is a very calm and short race. With lovely scenery, it makes me feel like I'm on vacation. Wait, what the heck is that thing? Oh my god, it just ate that guy! Oh my god, it's an invasion! Holy shit, they're everywhere! As you may know, these are cataquacks that appeared in Super Mario Sunshine. They don't really eat players, they only slow them down by throwing them up in the air. Other than that, let's move on. The second race is Yoshi Falls, and yes, again, it has some great scenery. To me, the water in this game is just so beautiful and really represents this race. It is called Yoshi Falls because there's a gigantic Yoshi egg in the center. Other than that, let's move on to the next race. Ghost Valley 2. This race is, well, a very plain and boring map. It's just not really appealing whatsoever. Sure, whenever you hit one of the walls, it falls. It's just that they should have used something with the ghosts. It's in the background, but couldn't they have had some ghost to put in the way? Plus, they put down this jump thing that is never used in the game whatsoever. I guess, on to the next race. Back to the good stuff, Mario Raceway. From the N64, Mario Raceway is a very classic map and also a really good one to convert over to the Wii. With Piranha Plant Flora and a giant pipe, to me, this is a great way to end off the Shell Cup. And you are presented the Shell Trophy. Flower Cup. Mario Circuit is a trip through the Mushroom Kingdom. You start by going down the busy neighborhood road, then taking a shortcut to avoid the chain chomp, passing by a street infested by Goombas, then making it back to the beginning of the race. The one problem that I have with this track is why did they put the chain chomp right next to the road? Other than that, it's a pretty good race. Let's move on to the next one. Coconut Mall really represents what a race would look like inside of a mall. Going up escalators and through the busy parking lot, it looks to be a very good track. Plus, there are a lot of different ways to go through it. So that concludes Coconut Mall. DK Summit is a snowy ski resort. This map is pretty similar to DK Mountain from Mario Kart Double Dash and DK Pass from Mario Kart DS. You start by getting shot out of a cannon to the top of the mountain. Then you can go off a nice ramp, or not. Then going through a very bumpy area. When you're going off these ramps, be careful not to fall right into the chasm. Lastly, you don't want to hit these skiing Shy Guys because with one hit, they can knock you out. One thing I like about these maps is just the Shy Guys in general, how the characters move along like they're actually at a ski resort, and it's just fun in general. Now, onto the last track. Wario's Gold Mine is a very hard track to maneuver around, but it still just looks so good. From bats coming out of the cave, or the overview shot of the actual mine, there will always be that sneaky shortcut. With all that said, let's move on to the end of the race. And at the end, you get your flower trophy, Banana Cup. Sherbert Land is like an Antarctica icy tundra. It is populated by penguins, and the ice makes it hard to get traction. This is one track that is very hard to get through. Anyways, let's move on to the next race. Shy Guy Beach may look nice, but is actually being blown up by pirate Shy Guys. Plus, you're gonna have to watch out for these crabs because they have infested the whole island. Let's move on to the next race. Delfino Square is based off the game Super Mario Sunshine. Going through a tight neighborhood and going around the flea market, you go across a bridge that boosts you to the other side. With only one shortcut, let's move on to the last race. Waluigi Stadium for your boy Waluigi. It has tons of ramps, piranha plant traps, fireball traps, and a ramp for a climactic end. A good way to end off the Banana Cup. And you get the Banana Cup. Star Cup. Daisy's Circuit is based on a seaside resort. Down the road you can see Luigi and Daisy holding hands. You then go through a tunnel which leads to a lighthouse which you can then glide around and make it to the finish. Koopa Cape is just one of my favorite maps of all time. Just feels like a chase scene but in water. Then you make it down to the water bit and you see all these sea creatures. Plus, this electrical trap may shrink you if you touch it. To me, this will always be my favorite map just because of the water and how everything just works. Sadly, on to the next race. Maple Tree Way is a race in a tree. You get shot out of a cannon and head to another tree. Make your way up and you see gigantic wigglers. These piles may contain good items or bad items. Lastly, be careful on this net because even though it's bouncy, you can probably fall off easily. That's a pretty good decent track. Let's move on to the last one. Grumble Volcano is a very dangerous map. Probably because it's in a gigantic volcano. After the second lap, things start to crumble apart. And when I mean that, parts of the map start to fall. Plus there's this crossroads and if you're not careful, you will fall. Anyways, let's end this cup. And of course at the end, you get the star trophy. You also unlock the shooting star, Leaf Cup. Desert Hills is a very casual desert track. You may have some annoyances with these pokies or fireball creatures. Other than that, let's move on to the next race. Bowser's Castle 3 was very nicely converted over to the Wii, from thwomps crashing down, and the acceleration ramps. If I didn't know it, this seems like a whole new track. Overall, nicely done. Moving on to the next race. Converted from the N64, DK's Jungle Parkway is a very nice track. You go over this ramp that shoots you all the way to the other side. After a long jungle road, it leads you to a bridge that enters a cave. A little tricky, but let's move on to the last race. Lastly, from the GameCube, Mario Circuit. Wait, isn't this like the second Mario Circuit and with another Chain Chomp? Come on, guys. At least to me, some elements were taken from this track and put into the new Mario Circuit. I am beginning to really hate Chain Chomps. To me, in every Mario game, it always seems like the castle changes places. Anyways, that's the end for this cup. Plus the Leaf Trophy. In addition to that, you get Dry Bones, Lightning Cup, Mario Circuit 3 from the SNES. 3 Mario Circuits in one game. Are you kidding me? But that doesn't mean the tracks are bad. From oil slicks to a colorful background, it's actually a pretty good race. Peach Gardens from the DS is a very soothing track. Oh god, get that thing away from me. Either it was the scenery or the Chain Chomp hedge maze. For some reason, this track always put me in a good mood. From the GameCube, DK Mountain is a very fascinating track. When you first get shot out of the barrel, you're like, holy crap, I am going to die. In the end, this track is kind of funny with all the faces. Look at this grumpy mountain. They're all so cute. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyways, let's move on to the last race. N64's Bowser's Castle is just amazing. From moving thwomps and bridges over lava, plus rooftop parkour, this could possibly be my favorite Bowser track ever. Anyways, that's the end for the Lightning Cup. You get the Lightning Trophy and the Zip Zip, ending off with the Special Cup. Dry Ruins is a very Egyptian-like track. You enter a temple which after 3 laps is being filled by sand. You go over some ramps and in the distance you can see an Egyptian Giza Yoshi. Moving on to the next race. Moonview Highway is a city-like track. In the city there are speeding cars and tons of advertisements. Plus watch out for these cars because they can knock you out or blow you up. Moving on to the next race. Bowser's Castle for the Wii is basically a death trap. From thwomps at every corner to an animatronic Bowser that shoots fireballs at you. This track is pretty crazy and I don't know how somebody could live here. Moving on to the last and craziest race in Mario Kart history. Rainbow Road. This is the most rage-inducing track in Mario Kart history. But it's still pretty cool. When you first see it, it's just breathtaking. You get shot out of a star, go through a couple hoops, then through a climactic end, you race your way to the finish line. You earn the Special Cup. After you completed each and every cup, it triggers a cutscene. Sadly, I can't show this to you, but here's a postcard at the end. And now you can play as your Mii. After you completed 50cc and 100cc, you can now do karts and bikes. Now for some unlockables, you can unlock Baby Luigi in Time Trials and Baby Daisy in All Stars in 50cc. Also play Time Trials to unlock Birdo and earn a star in every single 100cc Retro Cup to unlock Bowser Jr. To unlock Rosalina, have a save file in Super Mario Galaxy and Funky Kong unlock 4 expert staff ghosts in Time Trials. To unlock Daisy, win 150cc Special Cup, play 32 time trials to unlock Toadette, and earn a star in every 150cc to unlock Dry Bowser. I would talk about all the vehicles, but sadly I assigned myself a deadline, so I wasn't able to unlock everything and talk about it at the same time, so I'm sorry guys.
10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 100 out of 100, best king, best king.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's just that Mario Kart Wii is just such a big title and, I don't know. Just I probably shouldn't have set a deadline like an idiot that I am. But anyways, that's it. If you want to see more reviews, subscribe, leave a like, and yeah, try to make them. Bye.